Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the complete NCERT Class 12 Computer Science syllabus. Let's take a look at each chapter and its sections to get a clear picture of what you'll be learning. Let's start with Chapter 1, Exception Handling in Python, where you will be learning how to handle errors and exceptions effectively in your programs. This chapter includes the following sections: Introduction, Syntax errors, then exceptions, next built-in exceptions, followed by raising exceptions, then handling exceptions, and finally the finally class. Next, chapter 2, file handling in Python, teaches you how to work with different types of files and how to store and retrieve data. This chapter has the following sections: introduction to files, types of files, then opening and closing a text file, followed by writing to a text file, next reading from a text file, then setting offsets in a file, creating and traversing a text file, finally the Pickle Module. Moving forward, chapter 3, stack, introduce you to the stack data structure and its applications. These sections include introduction, stack, then operations on stack, next implementation of stack in Python, followed by notations for arithmetic expression, then conversion from infix to postfix notation, and finally evaluation of postfix expression. Next is chapter 4, queue, which covers another essential data structure, the queue. You will learn how to implement queues and dequeues using Python. The sections are introduction to queue, operations on queue, implementation of queue using Python, followed by introduction to dequeue, and finally implementation of dequeue using Python. Chapter 5, sorting. This introduces you to different sorting techniques and the time complexities. Here are the sections: introduction, bubble sort, then selection sort, followed by insertion sort, and finally the time complexity of algorithms. Next, chapter 6, searching, focuses on different searching algorithms to help you locate data quickly. This section include introduction, linear search, binary search, and then search by hashing. Moving on, chapter 7, understanding data, where you will learn about data collection, storage, processing, and statistical techniques. The sections are introduction to data, data collection, then data storage, followed by data processing, and finally we will be learning statistical techniques for data processing. Moving on, the next chapter is database concepts, which introduces you to database management systems, relational models, and keys. And the sections include introduction, file system, database management system, followed by relational data model, and finally keys in a relational database. Moving on to chapter 9, structured query language, SQL. This dives into creating and managing databases using SQL. The sections are introduction, structured query language, then data types and constraints in MySQL, followed by SQL for data definition, and then SQL for data manipulation, followed by SQL for data query, data updation and deletion, then functions in SQL, next group by class in SQL, followed by operations on relations, and finally using two relations in a query. And moving on to chapter 10, computer networks. This chapter has the following sections: introduction to computer networks, evolution of networking, then types of networks, followed by network devices, network topologies, identifying nodes in a network communication, followed by internet, web, and the internet of things, IoT, and finally the domain name system or the DNS. Next, let's move on to chapter 11, data communication, explains how data is transmitted, the different components of communication, and key transmission media. The sections include concept of communication, then components of data communication, followed by measuring capacity of communication media, and then types of data communication, next switching techniques, then transmission media, followed by mobile telecommunication technologies, and finally the protocol. So next, moving on to chapter 12, security aspects, And this chapter covers key cybersecurity concepts from malware and firewalls to hackers and network threats. The sections are threat and prevention, malware, then antivirus followed by spam, then HTTP with HTTPS protocols, next firewall followed by cookies, then hackers and crackers, and finally network security threats. Moving on to chapter 13, the last chapter, project-based learning, and it includes sections: introduction, approaches for solving projects, teamwork, project descriptions. And that's a complete NCERT computer science syllabus for class 12. We have covered all the chapters and the sections to give a clear overview of what you'll be learning. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for more helpful videos, see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.